Hey everyone, and welcome to American Sign Language. Today we are going to be going over some sports, and I would encourage you to go outside and maybe after this play some sports and maybe practice sign languaging some sports that you are playing. Maybe that'd be kind of cool. And so we're going to be starting off with the sign language for sports. And so for sports, the sign for it is putting your thumbs kind of flat on your pointer finger in this kind of ball, and you kind of do this. This is sports. It's kind of weird because it's like, but it kind of makes sense at the same time. And so you have to put it flat against your pointing finger. Soccer is with both your hands kind of flat, and they go under, one goes under the other. Right? Left goes under the right, sorry. And you go like this. That's soccer. I don't know why, but it's an interesting little sign. The next one is baseball. And baseball is kind of like you have a bat in your hand. And you just are doing twice like this. Bat. Basketball is like you have a basketball in your hand. And you have it like this, and you kind of like, it's like a quick pass. So it's not like all the way out, like how you actually pass a basketball. But it's kind of like you have a ball and you just pass it. It's kind of cool. Volleyball is where you put your hands up kind of like you're setting, and you kind of, I'm going to show you the hand movement before I do it, is where you have your fingers like this and you kind of flick up. So when you know how you set a volleyball, it's kind of like that. This is volleyball, but above your head is the actual movement of it. There's also another version, but it's not, it's kind of like raising the roof. Woo-hoo. But I prefer this version over that. Hockey is kind of different. It's, you have your flat hand against you, and you have your other finger kind of like this, and you move it like this. So it's kind of, this represents the skate, or like maybe the hockey stick, and it's like hitting on your hockey rink. So this is hockey. And lacrosse is like you're holding the lacrosse stick, and I don't know if you've ever seen a lacrosse stick, but kind of like a long thing with like a net to like hold the ball. And a lacrosse stick, you hold it kind of like this, but for the sign that you're gonna do, you have it close together and you kind of turn it. So this is lacrosse. It's really interesting because most of the signs kind of use the stick as something. Softball is you put your hands like this. It could also just mean ball, but usually people just use the letters to spell out ball. This is softball, but usually just like people can do this and then like spell it out. The next one is tennis. And tennis can also be spelled out with finger spelling, but tennis is also just like you're whapping a ball with a tennis racket. It's pretty simple. After tennis is skiing. And so skiing's interesting. It's like this. Your fingers are like this, and it's downward like this, and you kind of like do this. Ice skating. The next one is ice skating. You kind of have your hands in the same position, but you do this instead. Like that. Snowboarding is kind of like you're snowboarding, but you kind of do like a movement with your hands. It's kind of kind. And you kind of have it at a downward motion in your hands, and you kind of do snowboarding. So it's kind of like that. It's really interesting. It's kind of like it's the thing. Sledding is having your two fingers, and it's like this. Sledding. It's really interesting. Cheerleader is like if you had pom-poms in your hand and you're like cheering on the team, and you do pom-poms. So it's like cheerleading. Cheerleading is this. It's like you're cheering on the team with your pom-poms. It's really kind of cute. Dance, I love this one because I love dancing. I kind of learned this at a different Bible camp when I was growing up. But dance is you have your two fingers and you're doing this back and forth. Dance. And it's like you're dancing on the dance floor. It's really pretty simple. It's like cool. And then swim is pretty easy too. It's like you're doing a little, like, I don't know what kind of stroke it is, but it's like this. It's like a little circular motion with your hands. It's pretty amazing. One other thing I would like you to know is team, because most of the sports I have already mentioned is team sports. So team, you start out like this and you go around to this. So it's like team. And you put your fingers, both of your hands, into the T in sign language, and you put it together, and then you do like a round motion like this. Excuse me. So team. Next one is run, and it's really interesting. One pointed finger is to the thumb, and then they're kind of like this, and then you move it kind of forward, and you kind of curl your thumb and your fingers on both of them. So it's like run. It's really, really interesting. For walking or hiking, there's two different versions, but I like one more than the other. But so it's this is like, you can use this for both. Walking can be like this, but I prefer this one because it's different and it's more, you know, understandable. And so this is hiking. One other thing I'd like to mention is football, which is, I almost forgot football. Is football, you put it together like this. So this is football. It's kind of like the teammates on two different sides coming together for the football. Yeah. The other one that is very similar to football is wrestling. And you have it like this, but you kind of shake down. And it's very similar, but they're separate, obviously. And so the one thing I also want to point out is play. So play, you have your hands in the Y position and you shake it. So play. And then player, I don't know, I haven't taught this, I don't think, is person. This is person in sign language. So player is play plus person. So player, that's player. And then for ref, the last thing I want to show you is ref, is you have your two fingers and you put it towards your mouth. So ref, the referee. It's kind of like a whistle. So that's all I'm going to be showing you today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.